How's it going, everybody? My name is Chris. I go by TopherJames. I have a band called TopherJames and Biscuit Brigade, Andy Shaw Band, and the Shaw Brothers. Today, I'm going to go down memory lane. It's the 20th anniversary of the Incubus album Morning View. Is that their debut? No, it's not. It was just like, I think it was their breakthrough album. So they did a live stream April of 2022. I've already watched the first song. I'm going to check out the second song. It's always interesting seeing bands like kind of reunite because I think they've been playing, but it's like you always want them to be fit and like look young still. It's like, I don't know. That's just like I'm not saying that's right or wrong. It's just kind of interesting. That's my thoughts. Like, oh, I hope they look good still. Interesting choice of bass. He's got one pickup on that thing. I'm not a super, already, I'm not a big fan of the bass tone on this. It doesn't feel like it's beefy enough. Totally Rage Against the Machine vibes going. It's funny listening back to music I used to listen to is like so much more like rock. Oh, she thinks it's rock too. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of rock these days, but it is fun to reminisce. I'm so much older and love my soft music now. Oh. All right, let's watch this cat. I've seen these like disc things on the drums, the clear discs. I'm curious about those. I've recently seen them, but I never saw them before. It's like a drum shield, but not the whole kit. It's just shielding probably the cymbals. It's kind of cool. It's weird to listen to music when you're a kid because back then you were just listening and feeling. It's not like I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking this is heavy, this is blah blah blah. I just was like, I like this, I don't like this. Um, it's not as intellectual as a kid, which is cool. It's just whatever you're vibing on. But like now I can listen and analyze and see, oh, okay. Like I feel like they definitely listen to Soundgarden. It's like that rock thing, but then it's the evolution of the Soundgarden sound. It's like uh, you've got a lot of time change ups. Like if you were to compare Soundgarden to Nirvana or Incubus to like Three Doors Down, I don't know who was popular at the time. This is a lot more music nerdy, which I makes sense why I liked it. It's like I bet Mike Einziger. I have a feeling that guy's a really big music nerd. Um, they've got backing tracks right there because that's him singing in the background. But then I also saw Mike singing as well. I want to know what the pressure is like with a band like this to sound exactly like they sounded because they're obviously doing a tribute to their older stuff. Has his vocals evolved over time with the trends or with how different does his voice sound now? How much is he thinking in this video? Do I have to sound like I used to sing or just sing? And it's interesting because he's a very stylistic in the way he sings. Brandon sings, but I feel like it's fallen out of style. Oh, Soundgarden all the way right there. Oh my god, I never noticed that. I like that groove because it sounds like it's a time change, but it's just four. You can tell this is a band that writes together because there's a lot of like these instrumental things. Like, okay, that intro was like, if this were just a singer songwriter, I don't feel like that would have happened. You wouldn't have that whole section. Like, I'm not going to say it's a pointless section, but it was planned out. It was like distorted, and then they changed the groove there. He was doing the tom groove, and then they switched to this groove, and they still haven't even started singing. He still hasn't even started singing. He's singing very melismatic. My favorite term. That sounds like a disease. Melisma. Still no lyrics. This kind of composition comes out a lot of jamming. I just think the rhythm of this band is the rhythmic expression of this band is very complex and very interesting. It's a 6/8 song, but it doesn't really sound like that. I guess it could be a 6/4 song. That was like a big deal back then, like that snare drum thing. I remember in my band in high school, we had a song called Vision that was that. I don't know who came up with that idea, but maybe it was like a Carter Beauford thing. I feel like that's who I was referencing. Let's listen to Aqueous Transmission. Oh, yeah. I loved this song when I was in high school. I didn't realize he was actually playing it. That's really cool. What is that instrument? I have to look that up. Wow. Perfect example of a song when I was a kid. I was just like, this is cool. This is a vibe. I don't know what's happening. It sounds kind of like, I don't know, but clearly mixing so many influences. It's pretty interesting. Hip hop sampled rock and jazz and stuff. And then it reversed where they were using hip hop I don't know. It's kind of a weird circle. Like a DJ would back an MC, but then now the DJ is backing a band and using the scratching as a separate band member. It's not something you see very much, but Limp Bizkit, you had like Kid Rock was kind of doing that thing. You had or a lot of bands that had DJs in them. I would love to have been in the room when they wrote this song because these are all band compositions. The DJ playing the sample and then they're jamming to it, piecing together sections like that. Because he's acting as the sample provider, I guess. I don't know if it's the actual record that's playing. I just don't know how that works. But then doing the scratching as well. It's cool how they integrated. And then, this kind of a band, it's every little part matters. Every person gets their say, but they're also listening to each other and they're allowing each other space. Like the drummer's not really doing anything in this song. She's just kind of playing the tambourine. So he's sitting back. The bass player's holding it down. It's very based off of that sample. And then Mike's playing that, whatever that instrument is called. Very cool. It's just fun to listen to a band that you listened to in high school and see how your tastes have changed and how to listen to it with fresh ears and to analyze it in a different way. And I still like it. I like the vibe of this band I always did. If you like what I'm doing, you can check me out on patreon.com/TopherJames. It's got to be and I've got Andy Shaw Band, Shaw Brothers, Topher James and Biscuit Brigade. You can check all of those out. I'll put some links in my description. And thanks for watching. See you next time.